this is a look at them carrying the flag. All the Americans that remain in this season's Champions League. You've got Weston McKennie, who has been a Swiss Army knife for Juventus so far this season. He has played so many minutes. Flo Balogun's just behind him. Then you've got Malik Tillman with Bayer Leverkusen, Yunus Musa with Atalanta, and Johnny Cardoso as well with Atletico Madrid. Tony, we were talking, weren't we, about Flo Balogun, just about his day, especially at half-time, obviously, when he put on quite the show. And him really compared to the depth charts, I suppose, for the US men's national team, because it's not only really important for him, obviously, with Monaco so far this season, but also for the World Cup that's looming. Yeah, no doubt. He's got one eye on the World Cup. It's hard not to, right? Of course, you're going to focus on the day. You're going to focus on the game you're playing. But this is an opportunity for him to play in a World Cup. And from a US men's national team standpoint, we need the guy that we all think is the starting striker to be healthy and scoring goals, right? I think he's got 5 Champions League goals right now, which is a good haul after 7 match days. But I think more importantly, the movement on the 2 goals, right? Drifting to the back post, finding open space, good ball served in and finishing. And then the instinctive give and go, right? And now you make a run in behind the defense. And what we've seen from him over the last, let's say, since the last transfer window is a healthy Flo Balogun. A guy that's willing to run at players, a guy that's really willing to run behind players, a guy that's willing to move in the box, something we didn't see prior to the November transfer window, the November international window, when he had some injuries. He was coming back from that shoulder injury, right? So we're starting to see a fitter Flo Balogun, which is only going to help him at his club level. And, of course, we all look at it from an American standpoint, you know, for what's to come in June. What do you think is to come in June? You know, if you're in his shoes, how confident are you feeling that not only he's going to be a part of the team, but a big part of it and maybe a starter? We do a depth chart every week on Call It What You Want, right? And he's at the top of the list. You haven't been watching. Yeah, he's at the top of the list for us. He's the guy that we think it's Pepe as the number 2. Of course, he has to come back from the broken arm. Josh Sargent, who knows where he is right now? I mean, we don't even know if he's training with the youth team anymore. Ajiman has been outstanding, and Haji Wright with a hat trick yesterday in what was the biggest game of the EFL championship season. So good to see these guys scoring goals. You know, Troy, you could talk better to sort of what you see. There's what I like about this group here is there's different profiles. Yeah. Balogun is one profile. Pepe's a little bit different profile, and then Haji Wright and Ajiman, they have a little similar profile. Guys a little bigger, stronger. So if you're getting a lot of ball served in the box, you know, they're the guys we're seeing. Ajiman is dunking over people right now, right? So Flo Balogun, to keep his place and solidified, he has to score goals. We said he was the number 1 when he wasn't scoring a lot. Now that he's scoring goals, you feel a little bit better about that prediction. No, I think you're absolutely right there with the player profiles of all of them. My frustration with seeing all of them over the last, let's go back to November where you said people coming back from injury. There's moments when you see the link-up play, like tonight with Balogun. It's like it's 1-2 and he's in behind, he's going, and once he's gone, you're not catching him. There's other moments in the game where it's going to happen in the World Cup. You need to secure the ball, you need to look after it, and they're flicky. We see Haji Wright, we see Haji Wright. I just want them to have that little bit more nastiness inserted in them, and they can be top strikers in a world where strikers now and number 9s are hard to find all in all. But if you can get Balogun in his link-up play just a little bit better, more link-up play in his own half when you're under a bit of pressure, I think that's the striker go forward. I think Balogun is the cleanest. Yes, 100%. He's the cleanest with the ball at his feet. He doesn't offer some of the other thing that some other guys do, so I think a lot of it is going to be, Grell, dependent on what the game provides you and what you need. I totally agree with that, too. There's the way the player looks and there's form, I think, is really important. I think that was the biggest change Pochettino made is that, like, you have to be informed to play. You have to be playing games to play. But it also depends the style of football you want to play. There's so many different profile number 9s. Like, you know, Troy is different than Haji Wright and different than, like Tony just explains through the list. So it will matter also what Pochettino wants to do, the way he wants to look, the way he wants to start. And who they're playing, right? If you're going to dominate a game, you can have a different type. Yeah. Do you think we're still in a situation, though, where Pochettino's looking at the different leagues? You know, obviously Flo Balogun doing it on a Champions League night, it doesn't get much better than that. But you also need somebody that's in form. And if that's Haji Wright, that's doing it in the Champions League goals count for 10. Do they? Oh, I mean, absolutely. The way he scores the second goal here, the first goal is fine, it's impressive too, but the second goal, to me, if I'm a manager watching that, the way he lays it off and goes,
against Marquinhos, by the way, against PSG, it's like, I see danger. I'm like, okay, this guy's dangerous. And so I think that's the most important thing.
I think it was interesting. Sorry, Poppy. I think it's interesting. We spoke on Monday night with Haji Wright after he scored, Tony, and Nigel put it to him that he needs to be a bit more strong. You need to be a little bit nasty. And he was like, yeah, maybe you're right. And it was like, oh, I don't need that sweet kid. I don't need the good kid. I need the... No, I am like that, and this is what I am. And then I asked him a question, you're on 13 goals now. Can you get to 20? Hey, 20 is a nice number. It's like, no, I've just got a hat-trick. I want to hear, I'm going for 20. I didn't get that sense of, I want this and I'm going to take it by the scruff of the neck. And that's probably just, he's a wonderful kid. But you don't want wonderful people, as you know better than anyone,
I say
in
all
the
the
World
time,
Cup squad.
I joke all the time, if it was about nice guys, my father would be the national team forward. You know? But he can't score goals. But I take your point for sure.
You never know. He didn't get a chance yet.
And what if you all had to give then the top 3 that is going to go very quickly to the World Cup? Who would your top 3 be?
Yeah, because we think there's going to be 3, not 4, right? At the moment, obviously Balogun, I'd go Ricardo Pepi, and then it's a toss-up between Wright and Ajiman right now. It's really hard. And I say it's going to come down to form, but they're both scoring goals. So Pochettino, you're getting paid $6 million. That's your problem in the end.
Which one are you going for? You got to pick.
I would go with, that's a tough one. I love Ajiman, but I would go with Wright. World Cup experience, been around the national team. Yeah, he's also can play in one other position.
On the left,
for Pochettino, which I think might be the determining factor.
So you go Ajiman?
Haji.
Sorry, Haji Wright.
Okay, who are you going for?
I agree with everything that Tony just said. I think Haji as well, when you're competing to try and get promoted to the Premier League at the end of the season, if Derby have a great year, they're in the playoffs. If they have a great year, if Coventry have a great year, they're in the Premier League. And it just feels different. There's a different pressure to going for the top 2 as opposed to trying to get in that top 6. So, everything that Tony said, I think.
Form matters. We got to see the next coming months. If you want me to choose today, Haji Wright, he scored a hat-trick yesterday. Simple.
Okay.
Then again, that's why he's not the leader.
By the way,
whatever Tony said. Double it, times 2.
Which bit of Call It What You Want did you like on this week's episode?
Oh, I love the one where Charlie and Tony were joking and Jimmy was on there too. Incredible.
Every week.